Hello and welcome. Now this will be my review of the Pohl Force Alpha 3 survival knife. Okay, if you haven't checked out my unboxing of it, go and do that now. I'll just talk a little bit about the box and things now, and the sheath and things. So you get it in this box. You have some information. You get a sticker and a certificate or certificate, and a number, of course, and that's to help with their quality control. You get this lanyard, elasticated lanyard, to go on the knife. So that's the box and things, but I just thought I'd mention that quickly. And then the sheath obviously comes with this nice pouch sheath thing. The writing is sewn in. Okay, you've got this Velcro badge, looks nice, and you've got the zipper, very sturdy zipper, and you've got two large pockets to fit the knife in, and you have, so the knife will go in one of those. You could even put a Bravo 2 knife in there as well if you wanted. So this is the knife itself then. But overall, that's excellent what you get. I mean, sometimes you just spend 150, 200 pounds on a knife and you get it in a box, and there you go. These guys, they go one step further. So let's talk about the knife now. This is my favourite tactical folding knife. Okay, yes, it is heavy. Yes, it is large. It's chunky, but it's just built so well, and it's practically a fixed blade. Okay, let's face it. Okay, let's go through the stats then. The overall length of this knife, open, is 10.5 inches or 26.7 centimeters. The blade length is 4.4 inches or 11.3 centimeters. The cutting edge, with the serrations included, is 3.7 inches or 9.6 centimeters, and the weight, like I've just mentioned, it's heavy. It's 10.28 ounces or 291.6 grams. It's nearly 300 grams. Okay, nearly 10.5 ounces. Now that is heavy. Okay, so what I would do is, if you don't know much about Pohl Force, I believe they are a German company, go on their website, pohlforce.de or something like that, and you know, it is in German, but don't get scared. Okay, just use Google Translate to convert it to English or American English, and you're away. Then you can look at the knife company and their products that they have. There's some nice fixed blades coming out this year, I think. So I just thought I'd throw that out there just to have a look and find a bit more information about them. Okay, because they are a German company. I know that you Americans, you will have to pay more for a knife like this because it is from Europe, but I've been paying more for Spydercos, Kershaw's, Sogs, or Gerbers, you name it. I've been paying more to get knives over here that are American. Well, I say American, but they're actually made in China and Taiwan anyway. But I've been paying more, and you know, so if you can pick one of these up for a decent price, I would do that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the knife itself then. 3 minutes in, or start talking about the review. Crikey. Okay, well, the handle scales are very nice. Okay, the material is zytel or glass fibre reinforced plastic. Okay, the material itself isn't all that grippy, but because of this 3D texturing, okay, it becomes grippy, if you see what I mean. Okay, because of all this texturing all the way there, and the heavy jimping, it's a very, very grippy knife because of that texturing. Okay, so the glass fibre content for the handle scales is about 45%. Okay, and with how big it is and the contours, I would expect that grippiness transpires to if you were wearing gloves as well. Okay, I would think this is a very, very grippy knife with gloves on. It's very comfortable. Okay, it doesn't look it that much, but it is. Holding it in the normal grip there, that is comfortable. All right, the fingers just go where they need to go, as you can see there, and then you've got 2 fingers on this cut out, and then you've got a little pinky finger that the rest is all along the whole thing. And my hands are large, so this would easily fit extra large or maybe double extra large hands. Okay, so it's very, very comfortable. I count about 3 grips. You could probably count more, but the first grip is of course your normal grip. Second grip, you can put your finger in this choil area, and look how the fingers just move up but they still fit in those choils. You can have it there, or you can choke up even further and have the thumb on this curve at the top, so you can really choke up on it there. And then finally, the third grip that I found is you have these 2 fingers here and 2 fingers on that bridge, and have your thumb there. Yes, it doesn't have any jimping there, but that's the price you pay for a bit more length, okay, a bit more reach, and I think that's excellent. So there are your 3 grips. Fantastic versatility there. And then you've got your reverse grip, which you'd put your finger there, 2 fingers, and there, and then your thumb would actually go on this jimping. You could put it at the top, but it wouldn't be that comfortable. You can't put your thumb on the top as such to drive a hammer blow down. You'd have to put it on this jimping because of that glass breaker, which I don't think you can remove. Okay, but it'll work nonetheless that way if you wish to use it that way. Right, the pocket clip is large black pocket clip, very strong, and I love it. That's a very decent pocket clip. It is reversible, so left or right carry, tip up only. The deployment of this knife is with this thumb disc here. Now, just a point to mention, this is not fit and finish, this is what I've done myself. The screw was the knife did not have the thumb disc on it when it came. It had it separately, and I'm assuming that's because of the German knife law, in that you're not really allowed to carry a knife that can be opened with one hand. So they obviously leave it off so that you can just pull it out with your other hand and still carry it. Okay, but with this I had to take the screw out of the blade, and it's chipped some of the paint and things away. I did use the right flathead screwdriver and things, so it's not that, it's just the kind of paint quality and things on that screw. I would have liked a better paint quality, at least as good as the blade, maybe something like that, or shipping to anywhere other than Germany, maybe have the thumb disc already installed, because it was very tight in the blade, and obviously just putting the thumb disc on once has caused that to kind of burr, if you will. Right, enough about that. But the thumb disc, use that to deploy it. It's a decent thumb disc. It's quite heavily jimped, I suppose, textured. You're not going to deploy this knife that quick, really. I've tried inertial dropping it. Even though the knife is heavy, it's still pretty stuck in there, really. And also it's a lockback, so it's always going to be slower anyway to deploy. However, you can deploy this quietly if you need to. So you just put your thumb down, and then there, it's deployed. Now, taken on board that design flaw, fault, I don't know, Pohl Force have made a sheath so that you can put the knife in like this, deployed. So it counts as a fixed blade, really. It's quite expensive, the sheath, about £40–50, something like that. But it's up to you whether you want to keep it as a fixed blade and have that sheath, or just go out and buy a fixed blade. But anyway, they've obviously addressed that issue, which is excellent anyway, so kudos to them. Right, so talked about the thumb disc. The lock does have this dent, which is excellent, so you won't deploy that or release that by accident, and you have to push down quite hard anyway. Not as hard as a cold steel, but still you have to give it a bit of force on there. Fit and finish is excellent. It's as good as a Spyderco, and I don't often say that about knives. Because of that certificate certificate or whatever you want to call it. It's the fit and finish was very, very good. There were no flaws, faults in this knife whatsoever. Everything was made just how it was. Everything lined up. All the screws were in properly. The blade centering is top notch. It's just a very, very well made German knife. Okay, very well made. The even though it is heavy, I don't know if you can see in there. Probably not actually. Haven't got much light. Well, that's a big fail anyway. But they are heavily skeletonized in there. These liners. So they have tried to save some weight, but they're heavily skeletonized. But it still feels solid. Right, the screws are all, as you can see, they're not normal torque screws. They're all designed to be ease of use in the field. You can use a penny, you can use a Phillips head, and sorry, not a flathead screwdriver, things like that, to just unscrew them quite easily and maintain the knife, which I think is a very good feature. The glass breaker there, very decent. Look at the point on it. It's kind of like a triangle pyramid type of point. That looks very, very decent. That would definitely, I haven't tried it out, but that looked like it would definitely either do some damage or it would break glass quite easily. Right, now the steel of this Alpha 3 is D2. It's a very, very strong steel and very hard. Some people say you can't really use it for prying and things, but it really boils down to the manufacturer. Pohl Force, they're not a low-end manufacturer, they're quite high-end, and they have obviously heat treated this knife, and special forces, military, extreme survival, they use these knives, and they would use them for prying and things like that. And I've seen plenty of people with stress tests prying open pallets and horrible things that you wouldn't normally put your knife through, and it's performed very, very well. The blade, the actual cutting edge came very sharp. I've murdered many cardboard boxes and things with this, and it just does not give up. It's still very sharp. I haven't tried sharpening it yet because I still think it's cutting sharp, and the serrations are decent as well. Okay, if you want to know, the D2 steel is PTFE coated, and with a Rockwell hardness of HRC 58-59, so it's pretty hard. Remember, the harder you go, obviously the edge will last longer, but it can be more brittle, all right, and harder to sharpen. But I thought I'd just mention that. The price of one of these knives is about £155. I think that's quite decent considering you get all that other stuff. It's my most expensive knife at the moment, and I'm doing this recording in April. When this goes out, probably in June or July, I probably may have a more expensive knife, but at the moment this is my most expensive knife. I haven't yet started to spend £200 plus, or for you Americans that's $300 or $400 yet for a knife, but I'm getting there. Okay, so this is an excellent knife for extreme survival and military use. Very, very solid, excellent value for money there. You really do get what you pay for with this knife, and it's my favourite tactical folding knife, despite the weight. Okay, I think it's an excellent hard used knife. What I will do before I go is I'll do some size comparisons, okay, for you. Of course, I'll do some size comparisons with some kind of other tactical-ish knives. All right. So this is the Pohl Force Alpha 3 Survival with a Spyderco UK PK. Gives you some idea. With a Spyderco Black Tenacious. Okay, and a couple more knives with a Cold Steel Recon 1. which is still quite a large knife. Okay, and finally, with a CRKT Otonashi no Ken, which is a long knife. It's probably, with the glass breaker and things, it's probably about the same size roughly as an Otonashi no Ken. Of course this is lighter, cheaper, but it really depends what you're going to use it for. That's purpose built, and in a way that's kind of purpose built, so maybe take both of them. but anyway, that's the size comparison. It is huge. If you've got a Spyderco Military, probably the another size comparison there. It's just a bit longer than a Spyderco Military, and that is a long knife as well. But it's weight wise, this is about 4 ounces. This is about 10 ounces. So you can get 2.5 really militaries for the same as the Pohl Force, and it's roughly the same price, probably a bit cheaper. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay. But yeah, this is an excellent knife, made in Germany, and thanks for watching the review. If you've got any experiences with any Pohl Force knives, or you want to ask more questions about it, please do use the comments section below. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Take care.